Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome back to My Modern Homestead. If you don't already know, my name is Janet, and I am so thankful you are here. Today, we're going to do a full meal together. So I'm so excited, but it's morning here. I'm not ready to do the meal yet, but I thought we would go ahead and get the dessert ready. Now, the dessert is called applesauce honey bread. But I'm not using applesauce. I'm adding some ingredients. So let me get down here and show you what we're doing. Okay, here are our ingredients. We need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and I've got 1.5 teaspoons plus a half teaspoon of apple pie spice. Then we've got 1/2 cup of butter at room temperature, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2.5 cups of applesauce is what it calls for. Now, I don't have 2.5 cups of applesauce. I have this little bit of pear sauce, so I thought we would add 1/2 cup of coconut. That's sweetened shredded coconut. All right, then we have 3 teaspoons of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of, 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/2 cup of honey. Now I've got my measuring cup and my spray all ready for when we're ready for that. Oh, I got sticky on me. And then 2 large eggs. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. We're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees and go ahead and grease our 9x5 loaf pan. So let me do that real quick and wash my hand. All right, here's our loaf pan. Just spray it down. There we go. That's all done. Now we're going to sift together the flour, the baking soda, and the cinnamon. I put the cinnamon into the sugar. Well, we'll scoop that out. Okay, hold on. Now I've got this little bitty sifter. Now this thing's old as Methuselah, y'all. I've had it almost as long as I've been married, it seems like. Okay, so there's some of the flour. Now let me scoop out what I can of the cinnamon. I put it in the wrong bowl, y'all. I was supposed to put it in the flour and I put it in the sugar. Leave it to me. Okay, that's good enough. All right, let's add in some more flour and then we'll get the sifting. We're going to put the baking soda in here. All right. And just sift it. And this is really important, especially for this flour because it was full of little lumps. Can you see them there? So we want to get all those out. All right, we got all that flour sifted. Make sure you get it all out. All right, so now all that's done. So we're going to cream together the butter, the sugar, and the honey until it's smooth. All right, I've got my my sugar and my butter in this little bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and start it to mixing, and then I'll add in my honey. Okay, the butter and the sugar is pretty well creamed together. So I'm going to add in the honey. And once this is all mixed in, then we'll add in the eggs. All right, let's add in the eggs one at a time. I accidentally dropped one and broke it. That's all right, we're going to break it anyway. There's 1 and 2. All right. Oops, we were supposed to do those one at a time. I forgot. All right. Here we go. Got all that mixed in. Now let's put in the applesauce. But it's not applesauce, it's pear sauce. And my ingredients didn't say to put in the ginger, but I'm going to go ahead and add it to the flour. There we go. So there's the pear sauce. And we'll add in the coconut. There we go. All right, let's get this added to the flour. Okay. Let's add this wet mixture to the flour. It says to do a little at a time till it's all mixed in. I don't see where that matters. Just mix it in. Now, if I can think about it and remember it, I will link the original recipe down in the ingredients, but you saw what I did to make it different. So we just mix this all in just until it's all mixed. There's no more white. It's hiding out down there on the bottom. Here we go. Perfect. Now, we're going to take this and put it into our pan and bake it for 50 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in it comes out clean. Oh, y'all, it is so cold here and my power just went out. Huh? Oh my goodness. But it came right back on. So let's just pray we can get this cake done. So there we go. There's our cake. We're just going to smooth it out a little bit, get it even, and pop it into the oven. So there you go, y'all. Our dessert is ready for tonight. Okay, now that is in the oven cooking. But later on, when we come back, we're going to put on the ham. And it is a maple butter ham. And we're going to do a broccoli cheddar pastina and a cheesy pull-apart bread. So I'm so excited. But we'll just let this cake cook and then we'll come back when we are ready to do the rest. Okay, our cake is out of the oven. It's all done. It got a little too done. I forgot what I was doing and kind of left it. But let's get the ham going. Okay, now this is the maple butter flavored glaze. And we're just going to take it and just pour it over the top. There's nothing special or different about that. Y'all have all done this, I'm sure. If not, welcome to my world. We just put some down in between the cracks. And the rest of it just goes on top. Now, if you were doing this in the oven, this is not the way you would do it. There's directions on the pack how to do it, but we're not doing it in the oven. We're doing it in the crock pot, y'all. So there we go. Now, what I like to do is to take, we'll sit it on the end. This time I'm doing Dr. Pepper. I usually do Mountain Dew. I just thought we would do something different this time because Dr. Pepper works too. But we take the whole bottle and we put it down in here. Just like that. And that's all there is to the ham. We just put a lid on it and let it go for several hours. I'm going to put it on low because I'm not in a hurry for it. And if I was in a hurry and I just want to do 2 or 3 hours, I would put it on high. But there we go. That's all there is to our ham. All right, let's get this bread started. To do it, we're going to put in a packet of yeast. That's 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast and a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar and our water. Let's give this a little mix. Let's see. And we're just going to let it bloom for just a minute. And then we'll come back and add in the sugar. Now, while this is going, I'll go ahead and get the other ingredients ready. Okay, this is blooming. It is so fascinating to sit and watch it. But anyway, to this, I need to add a tablespoon of oil. And this is just olive oil, any brand you like. I love this bottle, so I just take my oil and pour it into this bottle. So there's that. And we need 2 cups of flour. So pour that into here. And there we go. Now let's just mix this up until a shaggy dough forms. And then we'll add in our salt. And to this, we need to add 2 teaspoons of salt. I forgot to get it out. All right. There's our shaggy dough. So let's get the salt and pour it into here. Okay, there's 1 and 2. Seems like an awful lot of salt, but that's what it says. It's 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. So there we go. All right. Now it says to just mix this until you have a dough that's more smooth and cohesive. So that's what we're going to do. Just knead it until we have a smoother dough. Get that salt good and mixed in there. Look at there. Oh, it's so pretty. Now it does say this will be a sticky dough, so don't worry about that. If yours is sticky. I don't want to mess up anything. That's why I'm kneading it in the bowl. But feel free to turn it out on the counter if you want to. Okay. So our dough looks good to me. What I'm going to do is cover it with a piece of plastic wrap, and then we leave it sitting here until it triples in size. Okay. Plastic wrap doesn't want to stick to this plastic bowl. But that's all right. We'll just leave it just like that. All right. So we'll leave it until it's tripled in size. All righty. Our dough has, I guess it's tripled. I don't really know. But let's cut it into 8 parts. Let's get it as even as we can. So 1/2. Divide the halves in half. And divide those in half. All right. And we're just going to work with 1 piece at a time so that the rest doesn't dry out. All right. Let's put it over here. Just put the plastic over it. All right. Now, whoops. Okay, we're going to put down a little bit of flour. Okay, and we're going to roll it out. Okay, there we go. We want it to be about 4 by 5. I'll just do 1 to show y'all, and then we'll do the rest this. Oh my goodness, the exact same way. Look what I did. Ah! There we go. Took it a minute, but we got it. Okay, now that we've got it rolled out, we're going to put about 2 tablespoons of cheese on it. One, 2. Okay, and this is just a pepper jack cheese. Use whatever you would like. Now we're going to roll it up. Just like so. Okay. Now, we want to make it into a long coil. And then we're going to roll it just like this. Okay, and make sure you press the end into the middle, and then we're going to roll it out again. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put garlic on it. I was going to put garlic in there with the cheese, but I'll do it on the rest of them. So there we go, just like that. 4 to 5 inches. And there we go. Okay, we're on our last one. That took a few minutes, but it is so easy, y'all. This is so easy. Anybody can do this. You're not going to mess it up. Even if it tears, whatever. This one, I'm in a hurry. It's tearing. But most of them did perfectly. And just roll it out. And we are done. So there we go, y'all. Here are all 8 of our, I don't know what you call them, cheesy pull-apart flatbread is what they're called. But there we go. They're all finished. So now we just leave them for 20 minutes and heat up our skillet. Okay, now while that is heating, we've got that skillet heating for the cheesy bread, we're going to go ahead and warm up this eye with just a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to cook our onions and carrots and all that good stuff for the pasta. So let's just let this get to heating. Now my directions don't tell me how to fry this. They just say fry it for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. So I don't know how to fry it. But my guess would be is to pour a little bit of oil down in the pan. Spread it out. And cook them that way. I don't know, y'all. But that's what we're going to do. Put just a little bit more down in there. Okay. Give it just a second to heat up. Ooh, this is hot. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing. Over in here, I'm going to put my onions, some carrots, and this would be about a carrot's worth, and some garlic. It says 2 cloves. All I have is garlic, y'all. So we're going to put about, I don't know, about 2 loaded teaspoons. That looks good to me. All right, and we're going to let that cook. While that's cooking, we're going to come back over here, work on the spread. I think that's heated. All right, y'all, I'm going to pour in the pasta. This is 1 cup of pasta, and we're going to pour in just a little bit of the liquid. Let it cook for 1 minute, and then we'll pour in the rest of the liquid. Okay, this is smoking. I know it's hot. We're going to we'll put about 3 of them in there. Let it cook for just a minute on one side, and then we'll flip it over. Okay, into here, I'm going to put 3 cups of the chicken broth. Now, when I put that 1/4 cup in there, it said to use white wine. I don't have any white wine, so we just use some chicken broth. All right, so there's 3 cups of that, and then let me get the broccoli. Okay, and that's 2 cups of finely chopped broccoli. Let's turn these over. Oh, that looks good. Let's go ahead and add another one down into here, because those are just about done. Okay, give it just a minute. All right, let's check them out. See if they're done. I'm not real sure about that one, but we're going to call it done. Let's turn this one over one more time. Get the other side good and crispy. Let's turn this one over. Go, and we'll put another one in the pan. Now, when we put them over here, it says to brush them with some melted butter. So that's what we're going to do. Push it on there like that. Call it good. Okay, let's get another one. And this is what this looks like. We're just letting it cook down until all that broth cooks down. Then we're going to add some cheese to it. Okay, these are the last two. Whoops. Add some butter to it. There we go. And this one. Perfect. All right. There we go. Cheese bread's all done. Okay, I've moved this over. Most of the liquid is cooked out of it, but we're going to add 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Stir that in. Then we're going to add 1/4 cup of Parmesan. You can use whatever you like and put that in. And then we have 1.5 cups of, this is extra sharp because that's all I had, but you just use regular sharp unless you just like sharp. Goodness, you could use any kind of cheese you like in this. It doesn't matter. Just stir in between each addition. Make sure it's all mixed up and it's good and melty. And then we're going to let this cook a few more minutes to let this liquid cook on out of it. I didn't know how much liquid to leave in it. Get this cheese to melt. Okay. It's almost done. You can see how thick it is. Okay, y'all. I can't stand it. I want to try this. Let's see how it tastes. It says it's just pull apart bread, so you just pull it apart. Oh, it's perfect inside. I know y'all can't see it. Here we go. Oh, awesome. Oh, mm, 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 mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. This is so good. Oh my, you gotta make this. Okay, y'all, this is the only thing we've not tasted. Well, not the only thing, but the biggest thing that we made today is the pasta. I've never made this before, so let's check it out. Oh my goodness. It's a double happy dance day, y'all. Let's try out the ham. I gotta sit my plate down. I'm gonna use my fingers. Y'all don't mind, do you? This meal is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna get it all down. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I've got all of my teeth. Y'all know I love it when y'all come and spend a few minutes with me each and every time. So if you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I'd love to see you down there. So until we meet again, may you be blessed. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye-bye.